Hey, what is going on, guys and girls? Twintendo here. Hope you're having an awesome day. And today, well, this morning for me, we got a load of brand new Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon information. We got 118 screenshots, which is a lot. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys pretty much all of the screenshots, but there's a lot of screenshots that I want to save for other videos, which I can go into a lot of detail about. So I'm going to show you them, but I'm not going to talk about, some of the information too much, because I don't want to overload you guys with information. I'll save that for other videos, so they'll be coming out in the next couple of days, so hopefully you'll look forward to that. So let's just start off with the first image. It's basically Pikachu and Pelipper, who are like the main characters they advertised the game with, really. Just in the dungeons. These dungeons look really great. So you got the flowery looking one, and you got kind of like a grassy one that shows quite a lot of water. It's got like a nice little river flowing through, it looks like through every dungeon. And then we get to see like one with Noivern in, and it's basically just Pikachu attacking Noivern, and these screenshots are just explaining how dungeons work. It's stuff we already know about if you've played Mystery Dungeon. And we get to see like Pelipper attacking from far with what seems to be like either Bubble Beam or maybe Hydro Pump, actually, because it seems to go quite a far way. And then we get to see Noivern attack, and it looks like it uses like Boom Burst or something that attacks like a lot of the floor. So that would be really good for like monster houses if you have a Noivern and stuff like that. Then we get to see like just information about hunger, because as you can see top right with the number, that's basically your hunger meter in this game, and you can just see it decreasing over time, and then it's empty. So that dungeon we've seen in a few other screenshots, that one looks really cool. I wonder where that one actually leads to. It seems to look like a dungeon which would have a legendary in it, personally. But moving on, we get to see the forest kind of dungeon again. I think this is the one with the flowing water. Yeah, as you can see, that looks so nice, that picture there. So you can see like a river flowing in the distance. That's just so nice. Literally, I've been a Mystery Dungeon fan for 9 years, and I don't think I've seen dungeons look this good. Now, I know there was a bit of complaint about Gates to Infinity's dungeons for being a bit narrow or something. So it seems to me, these dungeons look great to me. Honestly, I'm really hyped. The more I see of this game, the happier I get, literally knowing that there's a great Mystery Dungeon game coming on the way. So get to see another dungeon, kind of like a blue, I don't know what it is really, it looks like a rock based dungeon. It looks really nice though. And then we just get to see a few traps. There's a bit of information about traps. So there's like Confusion Trap there, and then Pikachu's asleep here, I think, but it looks like he's passed out drunk. It's just bizarre. It's quite hilarious though. And yeah, we get to see Kecleon again. Now he actually sells stuff in dungeons, if you didn't know that. It's basically in every single Mystery Dungeon game, but basically you can sell items to him as well. I'm not sure if you could do that in the originals, I can't remember, because I just remember literally just buying stuff, and accidentally robbing him was like the worst thing you could do in games, because he would kick your ass, like literally. If you weren't near the stairs, you were dead. It was crazy. If you guys don't know what I mean, literally just test it out. It's crazy. But yeah, he's back, which is good to see, and that might be helpful in hard dungeons. We also get to see Pikachu and Pelipper approaching like a dungeon room, and you can just see a few items, and then boom, monster houses. We know they're back, but it's always a bit scary to see them. So those items on the floor, by the way, are Lapis. I actually mentioned them in my previous video, but I'll mention them in this video as well in case you guys haven't seen that. Next up, we get to see I think this is the return of the team attack in Gates to Infinity. I never played Gates to Infinity, so I don't really know too much about this, but there's Pikachu, Pelipper and Riolu at the bottom, or Riolu, and basically you could just see them attacking this Golett and literally getting destroyed. I'm not sure how team attacks work, so guys let me know in the comments. Also guys, question of the day, comment question of the day, because I forgot to mention it at the start. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Now the thing is, I need to get a new capture card. I already have a European capture card, so I can record 3DS gameplay, but the thing is, Super Mystery Dungeon comes out in 2016, so I can either get a Japanese capture card and record, the gameplay in September, but I wouldn't be able to understand it, or I can get an American capture card and record English gameplay day one. So you guys, comment down below. Everyone who's watching this, comment down below which one you want me to do, because I need to know soon, so I can, order one of them. And yeah, I'll just do that. And the good thing about having the American capture card is means I can do co-op Let's Plays. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like showing two gameplays on the same screen. A few PokeTubers have done it, I think. It'd be really interesting. I'd like to do that eventually. So guys, comment down below which one do you want me to get, Japanese or American capture card. So yeah. So moving on, we get to see the Ringle again, which I talked about last game. Just some nice high quality scans of the Ringle and the Lapis Stones. Basically, these stones power up your Pokemon, Now I think they're going to be linked to Mega Evolution because a picture of Salamence had a Ringalon when it was a Mega Salamence, so we'll have to wait and see. No new information is like come out about Mega Evolution, so it's still a bit unknown, but it's nice to know we're getting a bit more information nowadays. So it's just a few images of just Lapis Stones on the ground in dungeons. They do disappear when you leave the dungeon, so they're only like available for like a one-time use, so definitely use them if you find them. And there's just a high quality scan of Salamence, looks really nice. Get to see a few more Pokemon. We could only see Doublade and Pumpkaboo last time, but I don't know, it looks really nice. And as you can see, the Ringle's on his like left hand, so, or your right technically. But yeah, so I think they're going to be linked to that Lapis Stones. Maybe you get a certain collection, or you can find Mega Stones in the dungeon. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, moving on, we get to see a few more images of Mega Evolution, just Charizard Mega Evolving here. Nothing too new. We did see these in Korokoro scans, but it's just, like I said, good to see high quality pictures. And he can destroy walls, or she can destroy walls. Basically, Mega Evolutions have the power to destroy walls in, well, dungeon walls in the game, which is crazy. But anyway, now that we're past the boring stuff, we can get into the interesting new things. There's quite a lot of new information. So first of all, we can see Pelipper. Now the rescuing feature from old Mystery Dungeon games is back. Basically, if you don't know what I mean by that, is if you die in a dungeon, or get faint or get knocked out, basically you can send out requests and like friends can come and save you. If they get to the floor that you lost or got defeated on, they can basically revive you, and then you can continue on. So it's really helpful. I might set up a video page where I'll you guys can comment down, oh, I got defeated, and people watching it can come and help you out. That'd be really cool to have like a community kind of video, so everyone can just help each other out. That'd be really fun, I think. So I'll think about doing that. You guys let me know if you think that's a good idea. But anyway, like I said, that's kind of like an old feature. I'm not sure if it's got a new twist because there's a lot of details that I can't understand because it's all in Japanese, but it looks really nice, this place, wherever it is. Pelipper's in this like ancient civilization, it looks like. It's crazy. We also get to see Pikachu in the dungeon with the investigation team, which I'll be making a video on the investigation team when I've got more details about them now, but obviously I don't want to spoil it. This, like overloading you guys with information, so that video will come out in the next couple of days. But we get to see Pikachu with Archon, Mawile and Weasel, which is really cool, especially Weasel, looks really awesome there. And yeah, we get to see more pictures of Pelipper talking to Archon, which I don't really know why. Maybe you're playing as Archon there, because I know you could obviously swap your Pokemon when you want to, but that's normally like post stories, so I don't know, maybe Archon's given an explanation to like the Pokemon, they might just be off screen. Honestly don't know, but as we can see here, Pikachu fainted on the 6th floor, and it's like a 3-star difficulty mission. Honestly, can't really read what it says, but that's kind of like, the old Mystery Dungeon way. You literally just find what floor they fainted on, find them, and rescue them. It's pretty interesting, and it'll be really fun. So there you can see Froakie and Chimchar rescuing Pikachu, and that's pretty much it. It's going to be a really fun feature. Hopefully it's going to be a bit easier than like the DS versions, which is literally you had to have a friend link up, because that was a nightmare. You'd have to wait a while otherwise. But yeah, this is going to be really cool, and hopefully I'll be able to save you guys if you ever need help. But anyway, next up we get to see the town, like the unknown town, which we've seen for ages. It's finally got artwork, and it's actually got a name. It doesn't have an English name, so it's not going to sound like Serene Village, but basically what it's called is YY Town, and it's pretty interesting. What that means, YY in Japanese, is like a lot of like talk and chatter, so it sounds like it's a busy town. So I don't know what the name of it's going to be. You guys can comment down, what do you think the town's going to be called? Basically, imagine a really busy town with a lot going on, a lot of talking, chattering, and like it's a bustling town. It looks really interesting. Now, there is artwork, and I probably will do a breakdown video. In fact, I am doing a breakdown video of this town and the shops in an upcoming video, so that one, definitely check that out. It's got some cool features like a lighthouse, and we get to see quite a few shops there. It looks really nice, guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. But basically, we just get to see a nice piece of artwork, Pikachu and Cyndaquil, really cool team. We also get to see like Snubbull and Murkrow in the background. I'm not sure if they're going to be, important characters, but we'll wait and see, I guess. And then we get to see artwork of the shopkeepers, and basically there's Kecleon, who we know what he does basically, and just sells your items and stuff. But like I said, I'm going to save this for another video. We actually get to find out what Horlucha does finally. Not going to mention it now. Like I said, I don't want to overload you guys with information. It's nothing too interesting. As you guys can tell, it's something to do with TMs and moves, but I'll explain that in a video coming up very soon. Next up we get to see Kangaskhan. Now Kangaskhan, interestingly enough, is in Serene Village and that other town, YY town, so it does probably have like a building in each town. I do know what it does, like I said, don't want to spoil it, but it's pretty cool. As you guys can see, you get like there's little Helioptile in the top right corner. That's kind of a clue of what this place is. I'm not going to say anything just yet, but it's a pretty cool feature. Just think of Spinder's place from Explores the Sky and you've pretty much got it. So there's a little hint. It's probably ruined it for you. And they also give out presents for rescuing Pokemon apparently, which is interesting. Again, there's Klefki, who we've known for a while, opens up chests, which is again a cool feature. So there's no Rampardos in this game to break them open. You've literally got to rely on the weirdest Pokemon ever made, which is Klefki. Like, seriously, who thought a keyring would be good? Like, I like Klefki, don't get me wrong, but when I first saw it I was like, why are they going to like Pokemon like this now? But anyway, Cophigarus Returns from Gates of Infinity literally does the same thing. Like I said, I'll mention that. If you don't know what that is, I'll mention what it does in a later video. And we also get to see a new shop with Meowth. Now, a lot of you guys who did play as Meowth in like the old Mystery Dungeon games probably a bit disappointed he's not a starter or she's a starter. This is an interesting thing. It's like a cinema thing. Honestly, don't know too much about it. I'll try and explain it, like I said, in that video coming out in a couple of days. But next up we get to see Lapras. Very interesting Pokemon. We don't know if this is the one from Explorers of Time, Darkness and Sky. And basically it seems to be at the port of YY Town, because we can see the lighthouse, which is kind of off the far right. And that's probably the place that takes off from the map, as you guys can see. And we get to see Red and Blue's map again. But basically, where it's taken off from, it does actually, I've looked at the shape of the town and it does seem to match up. So possibly, what I said was originally that Serene Village was where Lapras took off and YY Town was kind of, you know, down south. But this actually makes sense to have like two towns on the same continent, so hopefully that saves a bit of room. And basically what you need with Lapras to like travel to other continents is these like passport things. They're really interesting. So you've got a blue one and a golden one. Like I said, we don't know what they are at the moment, they're just a bit of art. But we actually get to see a new continent, and this is the Wind Continent. Now this is a brand new continent, which is a bit disappointing for those who want to see like returning continents, because obviously that only leaves us with, you know, a couple more continents left. But I actually like it, to be honest. I'd rather have a few more new places than old places. I don't think Gates of Infinity's post town needs remaking. I know a few of you guys want it remade, but if you think about it, like, it's already on the 3DS. I'd like to see Treasure Town come back. We know Red and Blue Rescue Team's coming back, so I'm honestly okay with this place. Now, I'm going to be going to this, you know, map and basically artwork in more detail. Honestly, I haven't really looked at it too much. I've only seen like the big picture, so honestly, I'll analyse that in another video. But it looks really nice. I'm really looking forward to going to this place. I'm not sure what its purpose is, but it's interesting. Then we're going to see another picture of Lapras. Really nice artwork. Like, you can see the lighthouse has like a nice fire lit up. Hopefully you can go inside there, that'd be really cool. But yeah, just really cool artwork. I really like that. Whoever drew that's done a really good job. And we get to see a nice little piece of artwork of Riolu and Tepig. Awesome team there. Honestly, don't know why they're glowing. I think it just might be like the moon, or maybe they've discovered something, because Riolu's looking down. Like, I honestly don't know. And it does remind me of the Xerneas tree, which we see on the box art. Honestly, don't know what this is, but it's just a really cool artwork again, and I think it's just them really talking, at night against a tree, because we've already seen that in a trailer. But like I said, they could be discovering something, because something is really glowing there, but it's really cool. And next up we get to see a nice high quality image of the investigation team. Basically they're kind of like the guild in this game, and there's some interesting relations between this and the guild you'll basically see in a second. But I am going to be doing a video on these guys in more detail, as I said. And they also have like a little emblem. We've seen those gold badges on the artwork, well, you know, of the box art, and we can finally see that this is actually for the investigation team. If you have a gold badge, it basically means you're part of that team. So it does look like you're going to be leaving the school pretty early, because we thought that could take, you know, quite a lot of the game, but it seems you'll be in this place more than the school, which is quite nice, to be honest, because I thought the school was a bit, it's not for me really, it's a bit kiddie-ish. And then we get to see my favourite screenshot of the video, everyone eating at the table, just like Explores the Sky, Darkness and Time, and literally when you were eating at the guild in, you know, Explorers, that was my favourite part of the game, which sounds quite sad. I enjoyed the game so much, but I just loved eating with, you know, the family, I like to call them, because they were just great characters. So I'm really, really happy to see this return. I just like it, honestly. I felt gutted when we had to leave the guild and you couldn't eat. I love that cutscene, literally. It was so much fun to watch, but yeah, anyway, we get to see Ampharos talking to the team. There's quite a lot of members, and I will go into them in more detail. We'll get to see a nice bit of artwork of all the members, and basically the artwork appears in the game, which is kind of interesting. It just shows them off. I don't know why, it's probably when they're explaining the team members, but you know, it's really cool to see. I honestly like Weasel, and yet Weasel, you know, is a water kind of dungeon expert, is in like a lava place. I don't get that. He looks so angry. It's like, you said this place was going to be water, and literally he ain't happy. It's lava, he can't swim in that, so he's a bit disappointed. And we get to see Krokorok. I think it's Krokorok, is that one? Yeah. I'm not great with 5th generation names for some reason, but he's in YY Town. They don't look happy. Honestly, I'm not sure. Like, Weasel's, you know, asking a question, but Pikachu doesn't look happy. I think he's going to be an ass, this Krokorok. But then again, he's actually on the 3DS cover plates with everyone else, so I honestly don't know about these characters. They could be something interesting. They could be the Team Skull. We'll have to wait and see. And, you know, honestly, it's going to be interesting. There's so much about this game we don't know. Then there's just a few screenshots of Archon that we've already seen in Korokoro. Dedenne, we don't know too much about. Apparently just delivers electrical messages, so it's kind of like telepathy by the looks of. I honestly don't know. And Ampharos is outside of Serene Village, which we already knew because it actually visits there, so maybe it kind of follows you guys around. I honestly don't know. Then there's Bunnelby. Don't know what this blue thing is in the investigation team. I honestly can't tell what it is exactly. It's got the markings of their badge thing, like the 3 circles. I honestly don't know what it is. Guys, comment down below, what do you think this thing is? I literally can't work it out. It's crazy, but next up we get to see Swirlix. Again, nothing really new. Like I said, we've seen this in Korokoro scans. Apparently Swirlix is a waiter and eats food, and that face is really creepy. I don't know why when it's eating that stuff. And also that blue thing that I was mentioning earlier that I don't know what it is. We can see like an orb. So maybe it's a map, like it's, you know, the planet. Maybe they're actually like, if you guys remember Deoxys talking about, you know, the world's in danger. Maybe they're kind of like the rescue team. They're investigating what's going on, you know, what areas of the world are, you know, having trouble at the moment. That could be something. Could be what it is, to be honest. But honestly, we don't know too much about that. And the final thing I want to talk about, really awesome feature, is the jukebox returns. And that, as you guys can see, this is actually the menu of the game before you boot up the game by the looks of it. Got a really nice artwork of like Serene Village's tree and sunset, and you've got Froakie, and I think that's Chimchar there, which looks really nice. And apparently the jukebox says you can listen to old tracks, which I did mention in the previous video if you guys have watched that, so that's pretty cool. So hopefully that does mean that there are going to be old dungeons returning. But literally, I am so hyped for this game. That pretty much sums up this video, guys. That's the end of it. Like I said, there's so many more screenshots to go into detail about, and I'll be bringing those to you guys in the next couple of days. So guys, if you haven't subscribed already and you don't want to miss out those videos, definitely hit that big red button on screen or down below. It really helps out the channel, and hopefully we'll get a good fan base for when we do a walkthrough of Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, because we've been literally the only channel covering it at the moment, and hopefully that pays off, because I want a lot of you guys to just enjoy our walkthrough, just enjoy our channel. Really, there's a lot of content that you guys can look at. Just have a good time on our channel. And if you haven't seen our 2 previous videos and you want to check them out, they're on screen now. Top left is basically the Korokoro leaks from a couple of days ago. Basically, all that information is in this video, so you don't have to check that one out. It's up to you guys. And on the right hand side is the possibility of Treasure Town and Post Town returning. That's very interesting. Although with the Wind Continent coming in, it's unlikely that Post Town will return now, but I still think there's a good chance of Treasure Town returning, because it does mention it in that video. Kecleon talks about it in Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, so haven't seen that, definitely check that out. It's really exciting if you're an Explorers fan like me. And guys, that is pretty much the end of the video. Remember to answer the comment question of the day: which capture card do you want me to get, Japanese or American? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have an awesome day, guys. I will be back with you with some more Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon videos very soon. And like I said, have an awesome day, and I will see you on our next video.